Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage. I picked up this Tier 6 Premium the other day, the Sherman Thunderbolt 7, and I'm really loving it. It suits my playstyle, and I'm finding it, very comfortable to play. It's great. Thunderbolt 7 is modeled after Creighton Abrams Jr.'s World War II Sherman tank, his 7th and final Thunderbolt. The idea behind the Thunderbolt 7 was to scavenge armor plate from derelict and otherwise unusable Sherman EZ-8 tanks and weld it on over top of the existing armor plating. On the sides of the hull and turret, the armor is arranged as spaced armor, while the frontal enhancement was welded directly to the existing frontal plate, it appears. This gave American tankers an extra measure of protection and, more importantly, more confidence in their vehicle. Here in World of Tanks, you too should be confident when driving this tank. Well, it's true that at the core, this is just an EZ-8 Sherman, but there are several important differences, most notably in the armor department. Comparing the two tanks reveals that the Thunderbolt's frontal hull armor is 123mm, nearly double the 63mm of the standard EZ-8, but the sides and rear are identical at 38mm. Turret armor is far less impressive, with the frontal armor of 63mm being less than the EZ-8's 76mm. That's kind of interesting, I'm not sure how that works. Sides and rear are 63mm compared to the EZ-8's 51, and we thought we had the same darn turret on here. Now, along with the extra plating applied to the front of the hull, there are also 30mm thick sections of spaced armor on the turret sides and hull sides forward of the engine bay. As well, the gun mantlet has been beefed to over 170mm of spaced armor. This is really quite good for a Tier 6 medium. You'll be bouncing a lot of shots with this tank's armor, but you also require a certain amount of mobility to be truly effective. Thunderbolt's mobility is solid, but let me say right off the bat that this is not a fast tank with a top speed of 42 km/h, but it's not slow either. It's kind of right in the middle. With only a 13.44 horsepower per ton power to rate ratio, going up hills is not this tank's real forte. It slows down a lot. This is the trade-off for all that extra armor we're packing around. So if you can, plan your route slightly ahead to avoid inclines if at all possible, if getting there right away is your aim. On the plus side, both turret and hull traverse are both 38 degrees per second, and this is quite alright and workable. Both will serve you well in battle. Because the Thunderbolt comes with a crew with a full Brothers in Arms perk already researched for each crew member, your traverse speeds are actually 40.53 degrees per second. That's really nice. The third component required for an effective tank is a gun that can do enough damage to its enemies to demand their respect. Thunderbolt's packing the familiar M1A2 76mm gun we know from the Fury tank. This gun only does 115 hit points of damage on average, but all crew-based stats are also increased by the Brothers in Arms crew perk, giving a good aim time of 1.97 seconds and a base rate of fire of 16.7 rounds per minute. I'm packing a gun rammer on my Thunderbolt as well, and the combo has brought the rate of fire up to 19.75 rounds per minute. That's a theoretical DPM of 2,271 hit points, which is not too bad. Regular AP rounds have an average penetration figure of 128mm to ensure that you will get the most of that DPM in every engagement. Spicy APCR will punch through 177mm on average for those special times when only spicy ammo will do. If there was a drawback in all of this, it would be the .38 dispersion if you didn't have the Brothers in Arms crew, which knocks it down to a quite usable .36. For the most part, your shots will land on target and penetrate and do full damage, making the 76mm a nice addition to this vehicle. So those are the three basic components: the armor, mobility, the gun. You need to have kind of in sync in order to have a reasonably effective tank, on average, let's say. But there are just a few other specs that might be useful to you to know about, like the radio signal range of 608 meters, which is a touch over the base 570 meters due to the Brothers in Arms modifiers and your 100% trained commander, who's also kicking in an extra 5% of skills boost to the rest of his compadres. Likewise, the view range comes in at 378 meters with these modifiers. This isn't the best, but it's not bad either. Excellent gun depression of -10 degrees is great for working ridgelines, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it in all of your battles with this tank. Well, what do you think, folks? I myself am tickled with this tank. I am having the most fun in World of Tanks than I've had in a long time. I have no remorse whatsoever for purchasing this tank. It is a balanced performer with just enough of everything to be quite effective on the battlefield. If I was to give one caution to the whole scenario, I would say be stingy with your health pool. You only have 750 hit points. This is Tier 6 after all, and when you get into those Tier 8 battles, and you will for sure, that can evaporate very quickly in front of some of the guns you will face there. Well, folks, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. And if you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages, both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, well, not belonging in a video, it's worth taking a look at. I would also like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. You folks are making a huge difference for me. If you like what I do and enjoy the community all of us humans are building, please consider supporting the mission via my Patreon page. There are quite a few options with varying levels of support. Maybe one of them will suit you. Links to all things in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.